Hello there! As you know, there are many good games from Poland. Today I present to you Survive the Fall. Is this another genius survival game from Polish developers that might have been overlooked or just a pass-by project? The main story, several factions, extensive base building, crafting and characters' progressions are all present here. Let's dig deeper into every aspect here and find out whether you should consider this game a void or go ahead and buy it. Right before that, I'd like to express my gratitude to everyone who supports my channel with their priceless likes, comments and subscriptions. As my channel recently reached this marvelous number of over 1k of awesome people subscribed, I'm very close to turning on the monetization. Yes, I'm gonna be honest with you in this matter. That's why it is so important for you to watch this video fully till the end. This will allow me to focus more on good games that I could present to you. Also, I'm collecting for the new PC with RTX 5090 and kindly ask for your support. The link to buy me a coffee can be found in the description under my every video, including this one. Now let's not waste any more time and go back to the game. As always, survival starts after a catastrophe. A huge asteroid hits the Earth, which releases an unknown source of pollution, so-called stasis. This kills nature, but not all. Survivors are divided into different factions. There are 6 of them, and you, each with its own style, main base, perks and effect. You can become friends with almost everyone. Your developers did their best, as from the narrative aspect, each faction has a unique story. Sure, hierarchy is the same with everyone, there is a leader and other positions, but the difference is in their origin. For example, there is a faction of shroomers, ones who live in symbiosis with stasis. They are quite dumb but friendly. And totally opposite, corporation, who wants to build a new society fully under control based on technology and a strong army. Depending on relations with everyone, you may get bonuses or negative effects to your camp. You can develop relations with factions by completing quests from other people that you come across while searching your way through the dangerous grounds of this world. To be prepared for everything, you need a base. And here it's the best part of this game. Personally, I love base building games, and here we have a full spectrum of this genre. After cultists raid your camp, you have to bring back survivors and rebuild everything. This may seem easy, but don't be so confident. Sure, with proper preparation, it won't be a problem to defeat cultists, but don't expect just to rush into the crowd with an axe and just click everyone to death. Moreover, there are not only cultists, and someone may have a bigger gun than you. Unfortunately, most of the time you'll spend grinding resources. Still, there are different ways of doing this. You can simply walk around the forest collecting sticks, or be more brave and attack cultists or other enemies. There is a lot better loot within enemies' camps. As a pleasant bonus, there is something like hunting. You may come across some animals and take parts from them. It is also very nice that you can go on expedition with a party of up to 3 people. This significantly increases a team inventory, so it is possible to loot the entire enemy base in one run. Once you fill in your backpack, march back to your camp or fast travel and start using all this good stuff to develop your base. And here you can spend dozens of hours on this. You have to research proper technologies first, and there are 6 tiers. Every structure has separate rooms with facilities. It won't be enough to have one building to include every facility, so make it double. Then, every facility has 3 levels of upgrades. In addition to all of that, there are trinkets that you can apply with facilities for bonus effect. And make sure that the proper person is working on a specific task. Your main resource here is the people. You have a specific tab with a short story of every person and indicated talent. Yes, you have a farmer, builder, crafter, etc. In total, you can have 12 survivors at your camp. It took me 30 hours to scavenge the first location, but I'm still at number 8. Besides talents, you can give your survivors different equipment when going on an expedition. There are tons of items that can be applied. Of course, main and secondary weapons, allowing you to destroy different obstacles, also consumables and accessories depending on armor and backpack level. These things have different passive effects like faster looting, clearing, climbing, more HP, more damage and so on. And yes, you can train them to be more efficient in combat and increase their overall stats. But here it's as simple as just researching any other technology. Just unlock the skill and you're ready to go. sometimes not only other factions can be your enemy or ally. Sadly, the technical state of this game is far from good. And I have a lot to say here. Enormous amounts of bugs often become blockers. The most common one is characters sticking in textures. For example, when you have 2-3 people at some warehouse, it's almost certain that they just get stuck and won't be able to unload items. Sometimes they are also stuck in the terrain. All of this makes them unable to proceed with their tasks. Mostly you can manually fix this, but when you have so many things happening at your camp, this feels like a broken car. You have to stop and focus on the repair. Among others, characters' stats can go negative. Let me explain this one. So as usual, you have tiredness, hunger and other stats with every survivor. So you can direct them to go to sleep to lower the build-up of tiredness, for example. Even if they're 1% tired, the full cycle of sleep will be performed. Visually, you'll see the tiredness now is 0%, but actually it may be minus 20%. So it goes from minus 20 to 0 and then starts to build up over again. And only then you'll be able to send them to sleep once more. On one side it can be a benefit, but for me it was mostly a problem when trying to create a schedule for normal work, as some people just wouldn't get tired when planned, so you have to adjust tasks on the go. Another significant bug, which is more beneficial, is the fact that once you craft an item in a workshop, this item gets to a character's background inventory, let's say this, and at this point you can cancel the crafting. That item still stays with the character, but resources used for crafting get refunded. In this way I could craft lots of bullets and the best equipment basically for free. This broke the balance of the game completely and I could simply destroy every enemy by just doing bullet storm. This is not the thing that is associated with hard survival. From small annoying things, I need to point out a very annoying one. I'm talking about traps that you can place. They're completely useless. You can place the best mine that potentially should blow up the entire squad at once, but no. The field of activation is very narrow and for some reason enemies don't get any damage from this. I've tried several times, but it simply appears to be not working. The main goal of this game is to rebuild your base, find your people and occasionally improve everything to restore society. When you're so overpowered, this becomes just a matter of time. Sure, you have 3 big areas to explore. National Park, where you start, Eden City and Wasteland. After 30 hours of looting and crafting, I just got to Eden City. So you can imagine the amount of content you get here. Sure, you can create a fully self-sustainable base and create everything at a spot with the rare expeditions. However, it will probably take hundreds of hours and you won't find out what intrigues are waiting for you out there. I must admit though that the storylines in these games are interesting and it's worth completing side quests. You'll discover love stories and betrayals, mysteries and dynamic fights. All of this creates a unique world that I'm sure developers wanted to show us. In my humble opinion, this game has a lot of potential, taking into consideration all the options that it has. I see that developers are constantly working on this game by releasing patches and updates. They post about this regularly and I see changes in the game. However, I think that such a scale of the game with tons of mechanics is just too much for a small team of developers. After all, there is enormous amount of work with mods and coding. This is a very ambitious project and I'm not sure whether they'll be able to fix everything in a short time. As you know, time is crucial when launching a new game. It is very hard to bring players back. Still, I'd like to support developers and recommend you to consider this game. If you're the same as me and like sandbox survival games, this one should be good for you. But wait for some discount. I hope this information helps you to decide where to spend the next weekend or two. If so, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Tell me in the comments below what you think about this game. I'll be glad to hear any option. Thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one.